Hello lovelies! As I promised in Monday's family favourites video, which if you haven't seen already you can check out in the card above or down below in the description, I'm making a video review of Besame. Taking a look at some of their products, and also I've got a little handy how-tos with some vintage makeup tips. Stay watching until the end of the video where I'm going to show you how you can get your hands on some of your own vintage makeup. First thing, what exactly is Besame? Besame was started in 2004 and it honours the timeless and beautiful classic makeup. The colour of every lipstick is true to history, and in fact they come in a little box that says, this one here is actually red velvet, which is very, very special. I'll tell you why in a minute. And as you can see, this is a true shade from 1946. They are, however, formulated for modern times to be more wearable than they were in the past. The reason I like them so much is that I find they're so romantic and refined. Look at this. They're truly timeless pieces. It's not just about the makeup that's inside. It's not the kind of cheap thing that you'd buy to try and maybe wear twice and then leave at the back of the drawer. These sit proudly on your dressing table. Look at those beauties. All of the makeup is manufactured in limited editions, so if you see a lipstick you love, you absolutely have to go and get it. You just have to. And it's all hand finished, and the tins are little collectibles and keepsakes. So once you have used up your cake mascara, which will probably take a while to be honest, it's quite a block of it, you can keep nice little trinkets in there. Now, this does mean that they're a little bit more expensive than you might be used to, especially if, like me, you're just a kind of local drugstore makeup kind of girl. But since the quality is so superior, you don't actually need to use as much, which is fabulous. Keeps you going for longer. I feel like I would buy this just for the look. This is just something that I would have on my dressing table just because it's pretty. First of all, let's talk lipsticks. This is one I'm wearing right now. This is blood red. The first thing I have to tell you is that they all smell delightful. I used to borrow some of my mother's lipsticks when I was little, and I always found the smell kind of gross. Which is something that I personally really like about liquid lipsticks, is that there doesn't tend to be much of a smell. It's like essence of vanilla, but creamy and buttery, but in the best way. Not the heavy cloying kind of a smell that you just know is going to leave some kind of disgusting fatty trace on your tongue should you actually eat it. First of all, we have the blood red, which is a replica of a colour from 1922. It's a very deep, soulful red, they say. And it's got a lovely undertone, I think. It's very deep, but not too purple. Instead, it's a much reddish, pinker type of colour. You can also use it as a stain, which will give a much more natural look, but it's still quite a nice, pink, rich one. The second colour is Tango Red. This is from 1939. It's much more orange. It's got pink and red base, but it's mainly orange. I'm not such a fan of this colour, although it is wonderfully vintage. I know it's very true. It's got the kind of calming look about it, but I don't know. I'm a reds girl, not an orange. Next, we have Red Velvet from 1946. Oh, and this is definitely my favourite. And probably the reason that I like this so much is that I fangirled hard when I found out that this is the actual lipstick worn by Agent Carter. Yes, she uses this very colour. Not only that, but Besame have teamed up with Marvel to put out a full set of Agent Carter makeup, which is coming very soon, and I'm pretty sure everything in it will be on my wish list. I'm a huge Marvel fan, and I'm a huge vintage makeup fan. This is my two favourite things coming together. I have no words. Except for extreme happiness. Now, if only they could give me some more Agent Carter. Why would you cancel it? Why? I also completely love how Besame shared the collaboration with the world, not putting out any kind of a press release. Oh no. Just subtly leaving a page up on their website with a little note from Howard Stark to Peggy about how he's going to be collaborating with a makeup brand in order to get her some secret goodies. Oh, so good. And I got the little card in my box from Besame. So happy. Who wouldn't want to be a spy though? International spy, is that not everyone's dream job? Right after Diamond Thief. What does that say about me? Those are my two jobs. My two dream jobs. Diamond Thief, spy. And the final colour that I have to show you today is Red Hot Red. This is from 1959. It is a very warm and bold red, and I really like it actually. I wasn't expecting to when I first untwizzled it, but I think it looks lovely on. Of all four of the lipsticks, I found that this was the one that truly gave one sweep pigment. All I needed to do was sweep it on once and boom, it was gorgeous. Other things you should know about Besame lipsticks is that they are all enriched with aloe vera and vitamin C. When you're applying vintage lipsticks, there are two ways to go. The first is just to use the lipstick itself. Make sure you've exfoliated your lips and given them a nice little moisturising earlier. I tend to use Vaseline and then take it off just before I'm putting on my lipstick. Use the corner edge of your lipstick as a lip liner, going gently around the outside. I start with my Cupid's bow because it's what my mother and grandmother always did, and so I just learned it that way. Using the sharp edge, Cupid's bow, down the sides and around the bottom lip. Then using short strokes, brush the lip colour in towards your mouth. Give a good blot, wait to dry a bit and apply your second coat. Wait for that to dry a little and then blot again. And here you go, it's actually that easy, a lip colour that really should last you all day. The second way to apply, if you're not quite so confident when it comes to putting an actual massive big lipstick right in your mush, you can instead use this absolutely gorgeous little lip brush. And it's a travelling one too, which I love because I hate things getting very messy in my handbag. Just swipe the brush a number of times across the lipstick, making sure to get enough pigment on it, and very gently just line your lips. Then take the lipstick and fill in the blanks. Blot and apply your second coating as before. It really is that easy. Now, you might be one of those people who prefers the brush, or you might be one of those people who prefers just using the actual lipstick itself. Either way, as long as it works for you, it's fine. If you're still having problems getting your lipstick to actually stick on your lips and not just travel around the room, which my god, some lipsticks can do, I would suggest trying something like a lip coat. Wait about 10 to 15 minutes after applying your final coat of lipstick, then go over it with your lip coat, allow that to dry, and your lipstick really should be good to just go and go and go. This, my friends, is cake mascara. It looks very different to the modern tubes, but please, my friends, do not panic. It's really not as scary as it looks, and I have to say, it works so much better. Cake mascara is wonderfully adaptable. It can be used as a mascara, but you can also use it as an eyeliner, as I'm doing right now, or on your brows if you happen to have incredibly dark brows. My brows are very much not that dark. Cake mascara was a must in the early days of cinema. It's really, really vitally important that eyes stood out when everything is in black and white. And also they have no sound, so really, eyes, gateway to the soul. Both men and women would wear cake mascara, and it really had to stay put under those bright lights where they were filming for many hours. It actually resists smudging better than some of the modern waterproof mascaras I've tried, and I have very watery eyes. Look at them. Look how small these things are. They water constantly. Claudia turns to me, why are you crying? I'm not, I just have tiny eyes. I can't help it. The Besame Cake Mascara is packaged in a little collectible tin, and it does come with a small applicator brush, but I've got another of the brushes that Besame sell, more of a mascara wand, something I'm a bit more used to. To use your cake mascara, simply take whichever brush you're using, dampen it slightly, mix a drop on top of the cake until you have a lovely liquidy consistency. If you've ever done Japanese brush painting, it's very similar. Place the brush at the root of your lashes and gently brush upwards. Allow to dry and apply a second coat. Do make sure that you wait between coats, otherwise you are going to get some clumping. Equally, you can use it as an eyeliner with the fine pointed brush that's also part of the mascara brush set that Besame sell. It's a gorgeous, thick, pigmented black. Hello. You wanna talk about eyeliner? Oh, you do? I didn't know she was that interested, but apparently she is. I have really thick lashes. Our next product is this lovely translucent brightening powder. This is the French Vanilla. They have, I think, 4 different brightening powders. This one has a slightly yellow tinge, which I'm really impressed that they knew I needed, actually. Good job on sending that to me. It, again, smells gorgeous. Everything they make apparently just smells delightful. You can use the powder repeatedly through the day to remove shine or to set your makeup, and it doesn't leave a build-up. Alternatively, you could wear it alone, just to brighten your complexion and hide your dark circles. To remove the brightening powder, take the lid off, remove the safety cap, tip some of the powder into the lid, then use the lovely little sponge provided to tap some of that up and pop it onto your face. And pat down gently, find a brush that you like using. Personally, I'm using this quite modern one, although they do sell some of their own, which are a little more old-fashioned, and brush that out along your face. Ta-da! Beautifully bright. So there we go. I hope that I have explained that to you well, and that maybe you now think of vintage makeup as being a little less scary, or anyway, more approachable. Matilda, I have another vintage makeup video which uses all very modern and very drugstore products. If you want to watch that, there'll be a card up above, or the link will be down in the description, along with the links to all of the fabulous products that I have shown you today. And now, for the very, very exciting and important part, how can you get your hands on some really delightful lipsticks? Well, you'll be very pleased to know that this year I am doing another Vlogmas giveaway. Yay! And this year there are going to be a whole range of different products that I am going to reveal bit by bit as we get closer to Christmas Day. I can tell you that the very first things that are going to be in the package are going to be a gorgeous mini lipstick set from Besame, along with some samples of their really, really delightful perfumes. I must say I've had a sniff of them all, and the 1940 is my particular favourite. But winner, whoever you are, you're going to have to let me know which one you like best. But it'll probably be the 1940. Okay, just tell me, it's the best. To be in with a chance to win that, all you have to do is be subscribed and to watch my Vlogmas videos. Now, I really advise that you hit the notification bell there, because the Vlogmas videos won't actually be going out at the same time every day, because they will come out as I have finished editing them, and that may be at any point. So make sure you have your notifications switched on, so it'll let you know as soon as they are out. I'm so excited! I can't believe it starts on Friday. Wow. So close, so close. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful rest of the week, and I will see you on Friday. Mwah.